Now look at the next verse, because he flips over to talking about women, very specifically, what their role should be. And what's God's desire? This is what he said. In like manner also, now I'm going to address the ladies, that the women adorn themselves in modest apparel, with propriety and moderation, not with braided hair or gold or pearls or costly clothing, but what is proper for women, professing godliness. And what is that? With good works. Now what he says here is, he said God's desire for women is that they have a godly attitude. He says, I want you as women to stand out. I want you to be different in the culture. And this is what I want. I want two attitudes from you. He says, I want you to have this attitude of modesty, and I want you to have this, as he says in verse 10, this attitude of propriety, what is proper. And I want you to be characterized by that. And it's interesting, I studied this word modesty. It's a very interesting word. It's an idea at its core with a sense of shame. Does that mean women are supposed to walk around and say, oh, I'm so ashamed, I'm a woman, Is that what he's talking about? No. What he's saying is, I want you to be desiring not to be ashamed of being a woman, but to be a godly woman who will do anything she can to avoid being a source of temptation. You see, he said to the men, I don't want you to cause anything to detract from the ministry. So I want you to be men of prayer. I want you to be men of purity so that your life stands up with what's going on in the church. And I want your life to be a life of patience. You're trusting God and faith. And I want, in like manner for you women, your special role is, I want you to have this modesty. Young ladies should see their mothers as modest. They should see their mother as a godly woman who hates sin so much she will avoid anything that would produce sin in others. She has a regard for decency and behavior and dress. She is quiet and humble in her appearance. This. In fact, I'm just reading to you the dictionary definitions of this word modest, and it just spills into all of life. It says, someone who is humble in appearance, humble in style, not displaying their body, not boastful, not vain, unassuming, virtuous, reserved, and chaste. That's the whole dictionary definition of this word. And I wondered, young ladies, do you see your mother in this way? I was having another great talk with my children. They said, what do you think of this person in the youth group? I said, I don't know them very well, but I said, look at their parents. They said, what do you mean by that? I said, look at their parents. That's what they're going to probably be like, either intentionally or unintentionally, but that's what they're going to be like. And they said, I didn't think of that. So that's what adults think of. You see what direction they're going, and that's the direction of their life. Secondly, young ladies should see their mothers as proper. You notice what it says here, adorn themselves in modest apparel with propriety. They should see them as proper. Moms, that means they see you as having a specially adapted, suitable manner. You're appropriate. You conform to the accepted standard. You are right and fitting for each situation. There is a propriety in life that godliness brings. And finally, they should see their mothers as discreet. In verse 10, it says that which is proper for women, professing godliness with good works. There's a discretion. They are discreet. Moms, that means they see you as having a lack of ostentation or pretension. You show good judgment. You're cautious. You're careful. So, young men are to be seeing their dads praying, pure, patient, full of faith, and their mothers with these attitudes that, by the way, are totally different than our society. Our culture is exerting